Hello, this is a behind-the-scenes video of Abunai, Beyond the Stars, the opening and ending movie. You can see them both by clicking on one of these thumbnails. They might seem like the same movie in the beginning, but trust me, they're both really different.
Well, this year we wanted to make a science fiction homage to all our favorite science fiction anime, science fiction series. So in our film we've got a lot of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Mustn't run away, mustn't run away.
A bit of Steins Gate.
From now on, you'll be my hentai.
No time!
A bit of Star Trek.
I cannot hold it, Captain.
Star Wars!
I have a bad feeling about this.
A little bit of Doctor Who.
Firefly? Alright, shiny. It's time for some friendly heroics!
Star Fox.
Woo! Double barrel roll!
Dragon Ball Z.
Here's our Lord Freezer.
That's right.
And the interesting thing is we don't have the budget of any of those shows, so we had to take a sort of like the low budget or no budget crappy version.
So we hope you'll enjoy this look behind the scenes of Abunai 2016, the opening movie.
Enjoy!
Would you say that spaceships are better than zombies?
Yeah, definitely.
I do agree, I kind of agree.
Yeah. So last year we did Sugar, Spice and Everything Nice, and I was kind of convinced that that would be my last one. But then Abunai came with the theme for next year, which was Beyond the Stars, which was science fiction, and my head just began racing, and I had to do it.
Douglas really created the basic structure of the story, and then I added all the lame jokes that you're gonna see.
We cut some of those jokes. Here's one of them.
Instrumentality? I didn't sign up for an orchestra.
And there's more quality like that in the movie itself.
One of the inspirations I got is I'm good friends with Mark, who played Mark in this movie, but he played Gendo Ikari from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and we both have a sort of love for that show.
We have to bring Ming to the pallets.
Oh, je deed het heel erg goed!
Don't know when my Gendo fetish started, which sounds a bit creepier than it's supposed to be.
Structurally, it's a lot like Dragon Ball. We go to a planet, and there's like weird people, and there's a bad guy, threatening to blow up the planet. But in terms of the themes of the story, it's really about Evangelion, which was such a hallmark anime for us growing up.
It's one of the best.
Especially Douglas really wanted to just make a real an homage to that show.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Isn't this the ultimate convention experience?
Isn't this what you've always desired?
Yes, you can't have a convention without other people. You can't have a good convention if you aren't even there yourself.
Oh, it's gonna be the best. It's the choice of Steins Gate.
My character is mainly based on the Steins Gate Hoin Kyoma. I loved it. It was really good. It was really fun to have this super high energy character who's constantly basically crazy.
And my name is Cedra. Nee, dat ging helemaal... Nee, fuck.
Some things didn't quite work out. We had Edward from Cowboy Bebop, as Cedra played her.
Fuck, dat zijn er twee.
And Derek played Bato from Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
And we sort of, like, that was the initial idea, but that sort of transformed to Derek being the Texan guy.
I don't get it.
Derek was absolutely my favorite because I could put a lot of gumption in it. And all those like, now y'all listen here, son. That sort of register.
Yeah.
So it's totally not Bato anymore.
So it sort of worked, but we are aware that it wasn't quite there. It wasn't quite where it should be, but that's fine. Luckily, Kitsune worked really good as Star Fox, I think. So. Woo! It's time for some thrilling heroics. After that came the moving storyboard, which is also something I did for Class Dismissed.
And a movie storyboard really gives a feel for what the final product's going to be. Because if you write a script, you sort of have to guess at what the pacing is going to be and what the tone is going to be. And Douglas makes really cool moving storyboards that actually move, and there's sound effects, and you do all the sound effects with your voice. You're like,
yeah.
That's amazing. And that you really understand how the movie's going to be like. This was by far the biggest set we ever had to build for an Abunai film, I would say.
Like, this is the only set we've ever built for an Abunai film. There's this building next door to my place where they were renovating it, and it was a big store, so they had a lot of space. And at one point I asked them, hey, is it okay if I make a set here?
We gaan hier de geweldige openingsfilm van Abunai opnemen. Dit wordt de set van de Tamago. Maar eerst moeten we een hele hoop puin weg.
But in return for being allowed to film there, we had to help the guy who owned the building to clean it up first.
Status report, sir. De hele vloer is leeg en we gaan naar de beneden verdieping. Hut.
Dit wordt de plek waar we de set gaan bouwen.
How many nights and evenings did you spend putting all that together?
I spent 12 days of about 6 to 7 hours.
We can't do it, Captain. The ship is made of cardboard.
It had to be cardboard.
Cardboardium alloy.
Cardboardium alloy. It had to be cardboardium alloy because it's easy to use and it's cheap. Like, I got every cardboard that you see, I got it for free from like the streets or whatever, or from bicycle shops.
So it looks really dinky and like it could explode and fall apart any minute, which is part of the fun.
We have a problem, Captain.
There's a lot of trickery, but I was so impressed the first time I stepped onto the set.
Right, I'm Captain Derek, and I'm going to introduce you to the ship Tamago. Follow me.
When we arrived and we saw the set and it was amazing, it was just like, oh my god, you built this!
Yes!
Right here we have the science officer, Roderick, and the cartoonist sitting right here.
Every time I finished a day of building, I spent 5 minutes just looking at what I built. And I don't know why, it just felt like I needed to.
Here is the most important part, my seat, of course.
We had 1 day of shooting there.
The half of the movie is done in 1 day.
And then it was just broken down afterwards.
Yeah,
the set only lived 1 day and then it died. So I had to take it in before that, so I was ready to get rid of it. And I really was ready to get rid of it after a while. So.
And right here we have something I don't know. Roderick!
What? What the fuck is this? This is future gadget number 8, the time leap machine.
Right.
And my lunch. Keep your hands off that.
Why are you always sitting like that, with your hands before your mouth?
In front, over here.
Working on the set was quite an unique experience.
Why are you always sitting like that, with your hands before your mouth?
But in front of your mouth.
When you enter the set, it feels like, you're entering a set and it looks awesome, and that's it. But after a few takes, it really feels like you're on that spaceship.
Why are you always sitting like that, with your hands before...
It was fun, rewarding at one time, and at the same time it was utterly exhausting.
Why are you always sitting like that, with your hands before you...
We really made some long hours there, and it was obviously that some had more trouble with it than others.
Front of your mouth.
Your hands in
Welcome to the battleship Lord Freezer's ship.
After the long day of shooting, we had a short day of shooting with only Arjan and Erik.
Over here you can see my console where I'm working diligently to serve our Lord and Master. And over here you can see my brother hard at work at his own console. And over here we have our Lord Freezer Almighty. And over here we have our second in command refrigerator. And when you look over here we have someone's bedroom.
I had to make another set, but this time I couldn't make it in the other building because we already had our agreement. It was just that. And so I made it in my own room.
Freezer was a great actor.
Yeah,
I think he was a master of the
I think
understatement.
he's the one who will go the furthest in his career.
Yes.
As an actor.
Of course, the tractor beam! Brilliant, sire!
And after that, after we had the big day and we had a small day, we had another, like a medium day, is what I thought.
Heb je er zin in, Arjan of Erik?
That's what we thought, but it was a day that left us all red-faced because we were all burned because of the sun.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
But it didn't start with the sun.
Het gaat regenen, Douglas. Het gaat gewoon alweer regenen, Douglas.
No, it was apocalyptic weather, which was appropriate because we were literally filming on a planet that was about to blow up.
Het gaat stormen, dus we gaan snel naar binnen. Ik heb mijn camera weggedaan, want ja, mijn mobiel mag wel een klein beetje nat worden, zeg maar. Maar zo ziet het eruit. Ik heb een storm. Ah!
It was gonna rain hard. So
And we might die, so we had to get back to the car, Douglas.
Okay, sure. And then we were in the car, and there was just a light drizzle.
It was very anticlimactic.
But after that, it became very sunny.
Die mensen edelt je wel eruit.
God, wat doet die nou weer?
In all the other shooting days, there were always like people in the background, like passers-by.
Kijk, Cedra en de Cowboy Bebop corgi.
There were constantly a fresh stream of dogs like whipping around our legs, trying to go, what's going on here? During that day, morale sort of kept like going up and down, but we made the best out of it.
Yeah.
And I think, especially during the filming, everyone had such energy to really make something of it.
And then most of the cast was actually wrapped. It was your last day, it was Mark's last day, Cedar's last day,
Erik and
Arjan's last day,
Leonard, and all those people.
And then we still had to do Ming and Dirk for the scenes at the hotel, which we did afterwards, the week after. And those were a lot of fun because we had so much time for this. This wasn't gonna be hard to do.
2, 1, actie.
We had a lot of fun shooting Ming.
Oh, Jezus.
Ja, Jezus, ik ben er nou klaar mee hoor. Oh my god.
14 times in the throat with a nerve
Yes!
Hey Laura, gaat goed?
Ja hoor.
Okay.
You probably haven't seen me in the movies, and that's exactly the idea. Because I am actually playing this one over here.
Prepare to be boarded, you muppet.
Hey, this is the for my final form.
I've been working with Laura for years. We've been through all the tours, so many movies together. When I was a little kitsune, I was a nobody, living in the gutter. But Laura picked me up and made me a star, and I can't be ever too grateful for that.
What? This is amazing! This is the second year I've been playing the kitsune, and it's actually really fun because I can create a character. At the same time, it's also very, very heavy.
It is so heavy.
Yes, especially for you. I also have to, have my arm constantly up, and that's also pretty heavy. I get a very heavy arm playing him.
You're doing a great job, baby. I had a lot of fun too, not only flying away on my R-wing, but also meeting my people on Katsunamek. And I thought I was the only one.
Actually, you were the only one. They are just you being cloned. I'm sorry, my dear.
So the government is making clones.
After the filming was done, there were only a few things left to do.
What you doing?
Making a ship.
One of them was to create the actual models, which we were gonna use in the outer space shots.
Look at this. Look at it!
The Tamago was designed by Dennis, a friend and housemate. The battleship freezer ship and the cruiser were designed by me.
Wat zijn we doen?
Hallo. Wij zijn zelfverpoot speelgoed aan het filmen.
And then all that remained was to film it in high speed on a green screen. We shot at 150 frames per second, which is 6 times slower than normal. This gave the spaceships more weight and made it seem like they were bigger and heavier than they actually were. This also made firecrackers look like big explosions. And this really made our inner Michael Bay squirm with delight.
Fire no!
But please remember, kids, do not try this at home.
3.
Yeah. When that was done, I could finally say goodbye to that freaking cardboard. Ja, wat ben je aan het doen? The very last thing we had to do is record some music. We wanted to use music from the last episode of Evangelion, but due to copyright, we had to make our own cover version. And last but not least, we recorded the ending song.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars.
I think that the real hero of this shoot is Douglas, the director and writer and builder of the sets and all those other things, because it's quite amazing how he really did everything. You gotta imagine, there was this crew of mostly actors and supporting cast people, and he was doing everything on the sets. He was doing the directing, he had to make sure that the sound was okay, and the lighting and the setup. Usually you have an entire crew to do that stuff, and Douglas was just doing it on himself, and I think he is a robot. He might be a robot because he was never tired, he never gave a peep of complaint. It was just like, let's make the next shot as perfect as it can be. And, pampering us, the actors. So, good job, Douglas. And it's a shame to see you go.
Oei. Holy shit.
Waar werd je geraakt, Dirk?
In mijn kont.
You're flubbing the behind the scenes.
2, 1, actie.
Well, she's yawning.
And when Mr. Tribblesworth gets upset, people die!
Time travel, Ming, it's real simple. Just punch in how many hours or days you want to go back. So say 20 minutes. You just meet yourself, Ming, and maybe warn him about bad stuff, Ming. And when those 20 minutes are over, you're at the moment in time you left, and you combine Ming with the current version of you. So basically, Ming, those other versions of me. Oh, they'll just disappear, Ming, and then their memories will merge with mine. I've been working for Laura with years. When I was
Working for Laura with years?
Right, am I kind of flip right now?
If you like my work on the 4 opening films of Abunai, then please consider watching 33A Adventures. 33A Adventures is a web series which I do with my housemates, which is about our house launching into space. Now that Abunai is over, I can finally focus on the last 4 episodes of 33A Adventures. So please stay tuned and subscribe to this channel and click here to watch the 33A Adventures channel trailer.